Yes. Whoa. Can you see through? No. No. Just wondering if you could see up my dress.
You grew up in the film business. What was it like to be in Hollywood as the daughter of Hitchcock's new favorite actress?
It was fine. I mean, I didn't really know that much. I mean, I wasn't affected in my school, or we lived in Sherman Oaks in the Valley, and I wasn't around a lot of Hollywood things, you know.
True that you never wanted to become an actress in the beginning?
In the beginning, when I went on my first interview for the movie called Night Moves, I thought I was going on a modeling job because that's what I was doing at the time, and I really didn't want to be an actress at all. I sort of, I didn't really know what it meant, but it happened. I got this movie, and then I had to learn how to do what I was supposed to already know how to do. I mean, I was so scared. I remember when I think it was one of the first days. Sorry, I'm like turning my back to you. One of the first shots that I had to do in front of the camera, I was so scared that I couldn't really move. And Arthur Penn, it was a close-up, and he grabbed my hips from under the camera to just kind of give me some life in there. It's a learning process.
Was it important for you not to go the same way as your mother as an actress, regarding what your mother had difficulties?
You know, it's interesting that you asked that, because there's a film that Sienna Miller has just done, and it's called The Girl, and it's for HBO, and I think it's coming out very soon. But it's the story of my mom and Hitchcock.
Really?
Yeah. And I went with her to see this, and I was just shocked. I mean, she never told me what happened to her really with Hitchcock, because he was so profane and so awful to her, and at the same time, you know, he was giving her this career and giving her movies and this stardom, but he was like always trying to get her in bed, and he would say these horrible rhyming slang things. I mean, it was really rough. It was really, really rough, and I hope everybody sees it, because then people will understand, because he really blackballed her in the business when she left him. You know, he ruined her career.
Among the films that can be seen here are Something Wild by Jonathan Demme,
yeah, that's
also one of my favorites, and Stormy Monday by Mike Figgis.
Yeah.
I mentioned those two because we had retrospectives both for Jonathan Demme and for Mike Figgis. Right. So perhaps you can share a few memories of those two films. Jonathan and Mike.
Jonathan came to me when I was pregnant with Alexander, with my first child, and he sent me the script of Something Wild, and it was so great, and I wanted to get the movie so badly, and then I met with him, and he was like, no, the movie's yours. It was just like a miracle that happened, and we shot it in sequence, which is rare and really wonderful, and he was it was the most magical shoot, you know. It was just like, sometimes you have those memories in your life, or those experiences where everything just works great, and it's just a short amount of time, but it's enough to last your whole life, you know. That was Jonathan. And Mike Figgis, I think he's a wonderful man and a wonderful filmmaker, and I wish he made more movies now. But Tommy Lee Jones and Sean Bean and Sting, that wasn't bad. I mean, I had a really great time working with them. And Sting, I'm really good friends still with Sting and Trudy, his wife. And Sean Bean I haven't seen for a while, and Tommy Lee I haven't seen either. But that movie was one of those ones that's kind of like The Grief Tourist. Like, nobody knew what Stormy Monday was going to turn out to be, and it turned out to be a very interesting film. This movie, The Grief Tourist, I think it's really amazing. When Antonio and I saw it, Well, I like to think of how Antonio reacted to it, because I don't think I can be that fair of a judge when I'm in it. But Antonio loved it. He thought it was one of the greatest movies he's ever seen. And it is. I think it is too, Suri. It's awesome, you guys. You did a great job putting it all together. And Frank John Hughes, who wrote it, is a brilliant writer. And it's funny because he writes the darkest movies, the most fucked up movies. That's what he does all the time. And he's like the happiest man. He's isn't he, Suri? I mean, his marriage, he's been married for like 25 years and they're madly in love, and it's just so bizarre. I guess that's a good way to work life. You know, if you want to get all your nasty thoughts and things out, you can write them down in a story, and then you don't have to act on them in real life. Say that again?
Do you think that this is no threat?
I don't think that's a threat. I think that the way the movie business has gone and become more of a money-making thing as opposed to art, that's the scary part. I think that's more dangerous for actors. It's true. I mean, the 3D things, they'll make a lot of money, you know? I mean, my husband is in those big ones, you know, like Puss in Boots and Shrek and all those things, but it's kind of sad. And I hope that there's a resurgence of films that were like the films in the 70s, you know, that were really gritty and told great stories, and they looked beautiful and different, and it was an art then. I think that a lot of the films that are done now are fast and furious and really stupid and really badly written. Sorry, but it's true.
So you will have another opportunity to meet Melanie Griffith in person later tonight for the world premiere at 11 p.m. at the Ari Cinema. So thank you very much for coming, Melanie.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for your questions.